is Arch Enemy, and Will the Power is the newest album by those guys. Some good metal on there, people. So if you like metal, get out there and buy that shit. Hell yeah. Or listen to it, whatever, how you listen to it. Pirate, you dirty pirates. I'm looking around here because I got all this stuff, but I don't know what to do with it. Anyway, I'm here to talk about Discovery. Discovery, man, it just came out. Man, if you had Discovery, man, the first 2 episodes are out. If you've got that subscription service, which I think is complete bullshit. But anyway, here. Cheers. So, Discovery. I don't even know what to say. I was surprised. It's actually pretty good. I enjoyed it for the most part. I'll start with the good, and then I'll dip into the bad. I'm going to be honest. I didn't have too many problems with this. I mean, the lead that they chose, I think, is pretty decent. It's a different take on one of Spock's kids. We got to see Spock before, and Spock is more logical than human, and he really, really clings to that that side of him. And this other child of Spock seems like she's a lot more emotional than Vulcan, I guess you could say. More emotional than whatever. But I didn't mind it. That was pretty cool. It wasn't anything bad. I think that she still has a lot of growing to go as far as characters are concerned. But when you first start off in a pilot episode, it's a lot of things are hard to get going right away. I mean, not everybody can have Firefly Serenity and have this cast that just gels from the very, very first episode. That shit just doesn't happen an awful lot. So you have to kind of keep that in mind and allow things to develop as they go. I don't know what else to say. Blah blah blah. No, listen. The story and the writing I thought were pretty good. I mean, we got a pretty good beginning going on here. I think so far. I mean, they're starting off with a war, so it can get really good. I guess the best thing I can do now is just to let you know what my gripes are. I have some gripes. I don't want to go too far into the storyline. I don't know who's seen it, who hasn't seen it, who wants to be spoiled, who doesn't want to be spoiled. But for the most part, I think everybody did a really, really good job with their characters. There are some exceptions. Michelle, her broken English took me out of it a little bit, but it wasn't a deal breaker by any means. But just a little bit, and I was also a little bit disappointed that she got to face off with a Klingon and not show us any of that hidden tiger shit. But I don't know, and I just thought maybe you should put up a better fight if we got one of these. We got a really, really good kung fu artist on our roster staff, but we're not going to show you any of that. That would have been cool if they did, but they didn't. So don't get your hopes up to watch her go all. She's not going to go flying through the trees or anything. Just saying. I don't know. Maybe she should have. Well, anyway, listen. No, seriously, I'm looking forward to more. I watched the series twice, so I actually am looking forward to more. I can't wait to see where they actually go with development. It's like, all right, so minor gripe about technology being a little bit better than maybe it should have been before 100 years before Kirk does his thing, and I guess that's the thing. This takes place 100 years after and 100 years before, or whatever, or somewhere smack dab in the middle between Enterprise and the original series, TOS. So, I guess the technology, like I said, the technology probably was a little bit better than it should have been, but, that's not a deal breaker for me. It's the year 2017, and, we got to try to play with our toys. Obviously, we can use better science fiction now than we could back in the day. The budget on the FX was, it looked like the budget on the FX for this was on point, I think. For a television series, it seemed extremely high budget. So if they keep up with that and they don't fucking start, cheaping out on us, because a lot of times, they shoot their freaking load with a first couple episodes, and then all of a sudden they run out of money and they got to do like 2 or 3 episodes in a row of about 5 people trapped in a room, because they don't have any money. But whatever, we'll see what happens. The other thing, I did. I've said this so many times that I almost feel like saying it again is kind of like saying like rhetoricalness. But I'll keep on saying it anyway because I have specifics. The Klingons, right? God damn it! Why am I dancing around what I hated? It's the fucking Klingons, and I love Klingons. I love Klingons. I love the Klingon language. I love their culture. I love the whole entire species and what Star Trek has done with them over the years. And I've had absolutely no problems whatsoever with what they've done with the Klingons over the years thus far. Excluding the new movie that I just saw. I don't know what it was. Beyond. Wasn't enough going on in Beyond for me to actually, but I think they changed the look of them in that too. So they continue to want to change the Klingons. All right. So now in the search for Spock, Christopher Lloyd came out as a Klingon, and they stumbled upon what I consider perfection in that Klingon look. It was absolutely beautiful, and the language was spoken perfectly in those movies, and they carried that on into the next generation. There was no reason to change that, but they do continue to change it, and they continue, well, the reason they look different is because of this, and the reason they look different is because of that. There's a different tribe, there's a disease, there's this, and then there's that. All these things they keep on saying. It's like, you know what? You don't have to come up with these fucking reasons after the fact. You just keep them one fucking way. The Vulcans haven't changed over the years. Okay? They're always the same. But, at least not that much anyway. For the Klingons, they just continually change them. I wonder what a fucking Cardassian is going to look in the modern day era. You don't need to change them either. They look pretty fucking good. But I'm telling you, we're going to see a Cardassian that's going to be like, freaking like scales out to here, My biggest problem with the Klingon look, and it's not just about appearance. It's about practicality. Okay, all right. Now the prosthetics that they use in this version, it just seems to envelop the whole entire face. It looks really, really, really rubbery. But the practicality portion that I'm talking about is the speech. The speech is my biggest flaw with this. For some reason, when they were talking, it just didn't seem like they were talking Klingon. I knew that they were, but it was like slower, and they seemed like it was kind of like, I don't know. You watch Redemption Part 1 and 2 in the Next Generation series, and this is somebody that lives in the Klingon homeworld and speaks fluent Klingon on a regular basis. And these guys seems like they were visiting the country and just learned, and they were like, hang on a second, let me look at my little book and find out what the word is for there. Because they were speaking very, very slowly, it seemed like. And I kept on thinking, I was like, why does it seem like they're just so like slow? They're speaking very, very slowly. What is that all about, And for me, it was like, I think it might have just been the prosthetics. The prosthetics, like in Star Trek 3 and Next Generation, the Klingons had mostly their upper half of their face was what was the majority of the makeup and everything like that. So their jaws and their face and everything like that, they were free to speak, like a normal person would speak, or a human being or anything like that. They could just basically speak however they wanted to, at what speed they wanted to. But these prosthetics, I think, might slow it down a little bit or something like that. It just seems like there's just too much going on up here. I don't know what else to say. But dude, seriously, I don't want to go on and on about it because it's really going to seem like I hate Star Trek Discovery. To hell with you. No, I liked it. I thought the story was good, and I think we're starting off in a good place. And I think this could go places that I will enjoy. And I can't wait to meet new characters because I'm assuming that's what's going to happen. We're going to get a chance to meet a whole shit ton of new characters. Which is interesting. Well, because if you noticed in, the first two episodes, they didn't really, do character development on but like one or two characters. That was like maybe possibly a third. Everybody else is pretty much just like whatever, like who cares about them? So I'm assuming we're going to get all new characters or something. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe not. Maybe some people won't be. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Anyway, all I'm saying is I'm surprised I didn't hate it. I was actually thinking I was not going to like it. But I did the Kirk, at the freaking, first meeting up with, Khan in Star Trek 2 thing with a bunch of times. My that's damn peculiar. Face while I was watching it, which basically meant I was intrigued. I was intrigued and engaged, and just kind of digging it. And it's the kind of feeling that only a Star Trek show can kind of evoke. It's not. I don't know. So I don't know what else to say. I enjoyed it. I think I'll continue to watch it until whatever. You know. Still completely 100% unhappy about it being on CBS All Access. I think that this should have been given to us via the Netflix fucking, the rest of the world is getting it on Netflix, but for some reason we're screwed, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So, all right, that's all I got to say about that. I'm going to give you some quick picks for this weekend, just like I did last week. I'm going to give you my upset picks of the weekend. This is the NFL. For those of you who aren't boycotting and are still betting on these games, call the bookies now because I'm about to give you priceless gold. No, I'm not saying I'm always wrong. In fact, actually, last week I think I'm 3 out of 4. I have to actually go back and look. It might be 2 for 2, but I might have actually gotten 3 out of 4. But for my NFL upset picks, so this is Greg's NFL upset picks. Here's my technical graphic for it. Dun, 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 dun. It's a Sprint NFL upset picks. All right, so I'm going to pick Baltimore's going to bounce back. They're going to beat Pittsburgh. All right, they're bouncing back. They're bouncing back. I'm saying it. Cleveland is going to beat Cincinnati. I'm going to keep on picking Cleveland as my upset pick until they actually fucking win a game. It's going to happen sooner or later. Sean Kaiser's a lot better than a lot of people realize. I'm a huge, I'm a guy, so I'm a fan. That's also probably another reason I keep on picking Cleveland, because I'm a little bit biased. But whatever. What else we got going on here? I think the Redskins are finally going to hand KC's first loss of the season. That's an upset. That's a bold upset pick. Yeah, Redskins look good, man. Redskins look good against Oakland. I don't know. It was kind of a freak week, though. But, it's an upset pick, so Redskins, whatever. What else we got? Rams over Dallas because, fuck Dallas. That's all I got to say about that. Anyway, listen, guys, I also watched It. There's going to be a review coming up shortly for that. Annabelle, I'm going to do a double blah, blah, blah review, one for It. It's going to be a double header review, probably over the weekend. I'm still writing it up for It and Annabelle. I just recently watched Annabelle. Surprisingly better than I thought it was. A lot of people said that Annabelle sucked, but wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad. Might be worth a look. Anyway, peace. Do something good for yourself and do something good for somebody else. And help all those people with the hurricane. Don't forget about people who are drowning in freaking Houston and Florida and Puerto Rico. Do not forget about them. Do not let the media distract you from the fact that people still need help. Okay? Love you all.